Hello, 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 and welcome to Channeling for the Collective. My name is Allison Holly, and I offer this channeling once every week here on my YouTube channel where I go live and I go into a channeling space and offer guidance for the collective as well as for one of you. So I'm doing it a little bit differently, so I'm going to kind of wait for people to come on. And if you are watching the replay of this, if you're not watching live, I would encourage you to come be part of this community and join live. I stream this on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's really fun when you're part of the live because you get to ask your questions in the chat, and I will choose one of your questions to channel on, as well as going into the collective. So if you are here live, go ahead and say hello in the chat. And I know it takes a minute for everyone to get here. Also, if you are watching the replay, I would love if you would hit like, subscribe, and share this with anyone you think would benefit. Hi, Stacy. Yeah, so this is a lot of fun. I am very sunburned today. I don't know if you can all see. Hi, Jesse. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I went out on the beach yesterday. My friend Cashel, many of you know Cashel. She is here visiting, and she is staying with my friend Joy, who many of you know. So anyway, we went out onto the beach yesterday, and it was cloudy. And so I laid out thinking nothing's happening. And then I looked like a little lobster. So lots of shea butter. Oh, yeah. I'll tell her you said hi. She is at the beach. She has 4 kids with her this visit, which is super fun. And so, yeah, it's a full house here. But anyway, I wanted to check in. How is everyone doing? How are you experiencing the current energies? What is going on with you individually? Hi, Tasia. Oh, dressed to do yard work. Oh, this is actually on YouTube. It's just me. There's no video for you to be on. So this is all perfect. And that's a good note for those of you who would like to join this live. This isn't like a Zoom call where your video might come on and everything like that. This is a live stream where you get to receive, and you also get to be in the chat if you would like. So, all right, I'm going to go into announcements. Hi, Floor. I'm going to go into announcements while everybody's gathering. First announcement is that for the month of June, and it might go into July, I have placed all of my one-on-one coaching on a deep discount, a big sale. So if you have been wanting to work with me one-on-one, I encourage you to start. It can be a really powerful process. And some of the things that we work on when we do one-on-one work is, it can be around your sexuality, learning how to fuse that with your spirituality, play. We talk a lot about play, which involves actually a lot of healing, a lot of understanding how to kind of move past those internal blocks and allow yourself to really be free and be a creator. And also channeling. This is something that I teach, channeling, conscious creation, aka manifestation. So if you are interested in that, check out the link in the description box, and it's a good time. I have all sorts of things from single question channeling, which I need to go in. So later today, I'll go in and add the discount to that. So a single question, you just ask one question, and then I'll send you a voice note. Or I also have one-on-one coaching for a month or for 6 months. And both of those are discounted. So I definitely encourage you to jump on in. Like I said, it's powerfully transformative. And I love doing it. All right, let me get up in this chat again. Hi, Radka. Let's see. Hi, Courtney. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. You're welcome to jump in at any time. So, of course, my eyes are watering a little bit. Um, it's because I had to put a little makeup over my sunburn because I was so fried. I was like, well, maybe just let me put a little something on there. Hi, Lori. Hi, Cherry. Good to see you all. Good to have you here. Amazing. Okay, announcement number 2. You all know this one. Summer camp is coming up. This is True Creator Summer Camp. This is 4 days, 3 nights in the forest of Arkansas. This is where we're holding it this year. This is our 3rd annual summer camp. And we're going to be, like I said, in the woods in Arkansas. It's in Huntsville, Arkansas. We have room for let's see, 7 more people. So if you want to join, jump in. We're staying in cabins. And actually, I should say we have room for 7 more people, but if you want to do tent camping, we have room for several more. Okay, so True Creator Summer Camp is our annual spiritual adult summer camp retreat where we are going to be really focusing on topics like ET contact, channeling, manifestation games, and workshops, play shops, as we call it, yoga, cacao ceremony, playing, art making, all sorts of things. We're going to be, hiking down to the water. So it's a really, really good time. And it is a powerful experience. You get to meet other people who are, in these people who are in the chat right now are coming, and people who are really focused on these things, and you get to kind of be in that space where you get to dive in to your own spiritual processes while being connected to nature. It's such a beautiful time, and I'm really excited for it. We've got some fun things coming for this one. So like I said, I think I've got 7 spots left. And then after that, also, if you want to bring a tent and camp in a tent, we have more than that. All right. So just letting you know, in the cabins, I think we have 7. All right. So if you'd like to join, it's going to be so much fun. And I think total count, that brings us to, once we fill up the cabin, I think that's 30 people. So it's 26 in the cabin. And then if anybody decides to camp and all of that, that's going to be a lot of fun. Awesome. Okay. All the information for all of that is in the description box below. And now let's get into the channeling. Oh, Jessie, I would love to have you there. It died. I'm about to get groceries. Oh, what did you plant? Oh, aloe vera. You know what I use? I use shea butter, my love. Aloe vera, I find drying to my skin type, so I just use tons of shea butter. And actually, the other thing that works for a sunburn is apple cider vinegar. It's wild. Us super, super white people have lots of tactics. So yeah, I used aloe vera, or not aloe vera, apple cider vinegar, and that pulls the burn out. And then I use shea butter. So yeah, and lavender. Yeah, I got all the good stuff. Smelly. Stacy, leave it to you to call it like it is. It is stinky. I know all the girls were in here. So Cashel has 2 daughters, and then she's got her niece with her and her son. And yeah, all the girls were like, ew, that smells so bad. While I was just dousing myself with apple cider vinegar. Oh, all right, my love. So go ahead, and if you have a question that you would like me to channel on, please go ahead and type it in the chat. Type Q at the beginning of it so that I know that it is a question and I can easily count them. I'm on my laptop today. I decided not to do my phone. It's just kind of, I think it changes the algorithm, and it brings in a lot of people who don't know what's going on, and it gets a little disruptive. So I've decided to go back to my laptop here. But go ahead and type into the chat. I would love to see your questions. And then I am going to choose one of your questions. So I'm looking around right now for my water, which is over there. I'm going to go ahead and grab my water. Y'all go ahead and type your questions in. And there we go. All right. I have a little makeshift desk here. It's like boxes stacked on top of each other. 111. Yeah, so vinegar you have to dilute with water. I love how we're talking about sunburns right now. Vinegar, if you're going to put it on your skin, especially if you have sensitive skin like I do, you're going to want to dilute it with water and just kind of pat it on. Hi. Oh, good. Tasia, I like your question. And also, I stay very hydrated. Mm, thank you. I'm seeing your questions pop up. That's great. Oh, you're moving. Congratulations. Mm, yes, I love that. Sacred geometry, repeating numbers. Very beautiful. All right. I've been realizing, I've heard myself say I knew that. Ah, yeah, the inner knowing. Don't you love that when, you start to grow with your trusting your intuition and something happens and you're like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. The other day, I had an idea to suggest something to my partner, the person that I'm dating right now. And later on, he said, oh, my friend said that I should do it this way. And I was like, oh, I should have said that because I knew that too. I don't even remember what it was. I was like, can I still get credit? Yeah. Yeah. So it's so beautiful. Of course, I'm being a little silly right now, but it's so beautiful when we um, start to really get that confirmation and we start to trust, and it becomes the confirmation of living starts to come through. It's really wonderful. It's very powerful. So that's good. Building that trust. We'll give you credit. Thanks, Stacy. Oh, what does my higher self want to share with me? Beautiful. All right, 5 questions. Hmm. Oh, yeah, yeah. Drawn into the chaos. Cherry, that's a great question. I'll share my experience and we'll see what comes through in channeling. My experiences, I was very much involved in protesting and rallies and everything like that before I went into my awakening. And the moment that my awakening started, my guides were very clear. That's the old way. That's the old way. And I think, this is something that I share a lot in my first book, The Era of the True Creator, where we can't fight the fight or fear the fight, right? That's like energy attracts like energy. And so it's really interesting though, because there are people who it is part of their soul mission, divine calling to enter those spaces. But as we all know, we enter these spaces from a specific energy, and it's really the energy that creates. It's the energy that creates. It's not the specifics, right? Of the it becomes it looks very different from an energetic perspective. I'll just share that. And so yeah, when my awakening started, I stopped doing all of that. I should probably make a video. Okay, so I'm going to be making a lot of videos for this channel coming up. So another thing that I would love from all of you is let me know what you would like me to make a video on. I had an experience early on in my awakening with the reptilians and, sort of that density level of attack. And I was shown beyond that and why that's something that we don't focus on. And I feel that this is all related. So I'll likely make a video on that to help people understand that I'm not saying, la, 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 like we just ignore it, it doesn't exist or whatever. It exists, and we witness that and we recognize that. And we also move beyond it. There's a greater story, there's a greater plan or functioning at play than fighting the fight, right? So yeah, I have a lot. Oh, okay, another question. Great. I have a lot to share on that. And if you this is another announcement. Okay, if you have not yet done this, I have a free online community. It's called the True Creator Community. Please join that. It's totally free. Next week, we're going to be having a community connection call, which I'll be leading, and we'll just be going in there. I have some fun ideas for how we're going to play get to know each other games and things like that. So it's really a beautiful space for you to just share what's going on with you. And I'm going to have other fun surprises coming up in the future. My friend Amber is going to be teaching a workshop on cacao, her ceremonial connection with cacao. She's got her own cacao company and a direct connection with the Bribri tribe that she works with. So a lot more coming. And if you want to be in on that, definitely join the free community. It's called the True Creator Community, and the link is below. All right, let's see. Speaking of your first book, are you going to create an audio version of that one? Yes. In fact, Courtney, I already did. And the person who has all the audio files, I don't know, can't get a hold of them. So we'll see. We'll see. I might have to re-record it like I did my last one, but it's all perfect. Let's see. Yeah, how to support your kids. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Yeah. Sounds helpful and interesting. Good, good. Yeah, yeah. You know what I need to do? Thank you for mentioning that, Floor. I need to go in all of these channeling for the collective episodes. I need to put titles like what the channeling was really about. This is becoming more of a podcast. Yeah. Oh, Stacey, I have not watched news since 2010, and I truly feel way better. Amen. Amen. I'm also going to be sharing this Wednesday during the community connection call about my recent ayahuasca ceremony weekend. And some of the things that I learned were really potent, really powerful, all about how our focus creates. And, I'll just give you a brief, just tell you a little bit. There were parts where certain things started to come in. This conspiracy theory, a lot of them are true, right? We're not dismissing them. They're true, and they're, distracting our vision from what we're creating. And so this would come up and this would come up, and ayahuasca was speaking to me in the ceremony saying, we can look at those things and you can have your life be about those things, but you're here for beauty. So do you want to go endlessly down that, or do you want to be here for beauty? And of course, because all these things were really kind of scary, things that I'd let into my world, people going through things and really difficult, scary things that, yes, they're true, right? She said, you can go into that, but you're here for beauty. Do you want to focus on that? And I was like, yes, I don't want to look at any of that other stuff. I'm here for beauty. So really, really powerful. Our focus creates, and each of us are here for light in some form. We're here to create light. So as all of those things exist, what are we here to focus on? We're here to bring the new. My guess is that if you're here with me on this call, and of course, millions of other people in the world are consciously, actively here to create beauty, light, the new earth experience, which all of it exists and we get to focus on what we get to focus on, right? All right. Book one on audio. Yeah. I guess I should announce that as well. Lots of announcements today. I'm just chit chatting with y'all. If you have not yet, go listen to the audiobook. I have the whole audiobook for my last book, Ecstatic Playground. It is here on my YouTube channel. It is free. Listen to it, share it with your friends. I would love for it to reach a lot of people. All right. Channeling practice. Yes. Oh, cool, cool, cool. I am here for beauty. All right. Okay, cool. Y'all are talking about the channeling practice. That's awesome. Okay, Courtney, will you help me count? How many do I have? And if you are available, will you also choose who's the winner chicken dinner? Thanks, Courtney. And I'll go ahead and drink my water. Amazing, amazing. Also, just letting you all know, and this is coming through to share, a lot is changing with the way that I operate in my divine calling and by extension in my business. And I may be taking a break from these live streams for a little while. I will let you know. It's been kind of coming in that I may be taking a break. So I will let you all know if I do, but enjoy them right now while you can. And yeah, I'll let you know if that I know, Stacy. I know. Yeah, it's been interesting. Some of the things that have been shifting. Ayahuasca is really helpful. I don't even have enough to say. Words don't really express how I feel about my connection with this beautiful sacred plant medicine and all that I've received from her teachings. And it's really powerful pre ceremony, post ceremony. When we set our intention and then you go through ceremony and the intention is completed, you come out the other side the new version of you. It's sort of like putting your intentions on fast forward is what I like to say. And it's always surprising a little bit how things shift after ceremony. And so I have learned to surrender and flow with the process. All right. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, thank you, Floor. Thank you for sharing that. 6 questions, and number 6 was the one chosen. That should be easy then. I'll just go into what was the last question. Boop, boop, boop. It looks like Stacy. Am I correct? Is Stacy the last question? Having trouble with negative energy. How do I support my kids when bad things happen and they need me to listen? Interestingly, thank you, Courtney. Thank you. Interestingly, this feels connected to the question about protests and everything like that. And kind of, yay, chicken dinner. It kind of also feels related to the conversation we've been having about how we have a focus and then there's all these things externally going on. So I love that. Stick around, all of you stick around to the end because it is really powerful how it happens. Likely your question will be answered as I'm channeling for this question and then also going into the collective. Okay. All right, my loves. Oh, thank you, Radka. And yes, Tasia, we would love to have you. Yes, yes, so beautiful. Trust that calling. Trust that calling. Okay. Of course, as you are, and trusting this calling. So I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes. I'm going to dive into this question, how to support in the midst of, potential negativity around you. And like I said, then I'll go into the collective channeling. Stick around. Go ahead and keep commenting. I'll read through them when I open my eyes. It's interesting. It's interesting because these questions around what do I do when someone around me is going through something difficult or bad things are happening to people. I want to get involved. I want to show my support. And yet it takes us, it takes our energy down. It makes us feel out of alignment. There's a question coming up because it's not fully in alignment, but we're trying to figure out a way to make it in alignment so that we can do it. That's why the question is coming up for so many. Now, how do I support this person? Because I don't want to tank my energy, but I can see that I want to support. So, the issue that's actually coming up, the real question is how do I trust myself? There's, let me complete that. How do I trust myself and what I am here to stand for and who I am here to be in the midst of other people suffering, in the midst of other people experiencing things that sound awful? That's the real question. How do I trust that I stay where I am? And it's not staying in a place. We're all always shifting and moving with our energy. There's no staying anywhere. But how do I be my frequency in the midst of people around me experiencing things? And I want to help. Now, here's a deeper question. Why do we want to be a part of it? Why do we want to jump in and help? And really be honest with yourselves in this moment. Is it because you don't want them to see you as uncaring? Or you don't want other people to see you as uncaring or thoughtless or lucky, right? Oh, you're not suffering. There's, good for you, that sort of thing. You don't want people to judge you for that. Often that is what's happening. Often that is what's happening. Now, here's the solution. Here's the solution. Once you've asked yourself those questions, why am I jumping in? What am I really feeling here? Then the solution actually is, if you truly want to help, the way that you help is you mirror that external solution internally. It becomes micro, macro, or we could even reverse that. Micro out here, because the macro, the true creation is in here. So we look, how is it being mirrored? Am I seeing injustice externally? Okay, what feels like that internally? How do I feel that I am not being just with myself, my own energy, my own divine light? How do I feel that I have not been properly cared for, witnessed, loved? Where do I witness that lack of justice within myself? Where do I feel that hurt? If you truly are in the place where you want to help, mirror it to yourself. And then this is a long process before we go out there and do anything out there, because out there is a reflection of in here. We don't even notice things out there that are not a part of our inner story. They don't come into our field. This world is an infinite playground. And there's infinite within each dimension. We could go infinitely down one tunnel of suffering and trying to help people out of their suffering. We could go there infinitely. But you see, if it's not coming from a place of genuine, pure intention, which is from the overflowing of love within, with no personal need to suffice or satisfy or heal, which is a very rare experience for a human to embody. That is bodhisattva. That is a very high level of presence. if it's not coming from that level of presence, there's always an internal reciprocation that needs to be healed. Whether it's people pleasing and fear of judgment of others because we're not doing enough, or fear that somebody will say that we're not doing enough, that we don't love them because we're not showing them love in the way that they think or they've been trained to see love. What's the real motivation? Get super clear by yourself in your room. Get really clear. What's the motivation? Do I worry that my friends will think that I'm not good enough? Do I worry that I can't be well cared for if somebody in the world is suffering? Well, that's a false paradigm. And a lot of people teach that. A lot of people teach that if anyone is suffering, then you should not be happy. People teach this. Very loving people teach this. It's false. It's false, my loves. It's false. You cannot help someone truly if you refuse to receive your own love and your own divine nourishment. You cannot. Because what happens is it stays on the same level. It stays on the same level. It's just perpetuating the suffering. It's one or the other. I'm suffering, you're suffering. Okay, now we're both suffering. How is that helping? It's not. Really well-meaning people teach this. People who really believe this teach this. It's a false paradigm, meaning that it does not serve in the way that people intend for it to serve. This is why Kuan Yin brings her teachings. The teachings of Kuan Yin as an elevated, let's actually bring her through. I'd love to communicate with her. Oh, it's just an ultimate love presence. She's saying, people know me by many names. That's not important. Compassion is the act of selflessly giving, yes, but only because you know fully that you are not in need of anything. That you are perfect and whole in this moment. From the place of being perfect and whole, you see multidimensionally. You entrust others with their own ability to heal and whole. And you stream endless amounts of love in all directions so that others may be nourished until they learn that they themselves are the wellspring of love. But it is not from deficit. It is from knowing that all are masters. You cannot suffer to heal another's suffering. You have to know the game. And be a witness. It's a powerful thing to stand as a witness with someone who is suffering, who believes that they're suffering, and to allow them to make that choice if they choose it. Your light will help them navigate their own way back into their proper place on their throne of divinity. You will be guided if there are actions to take. Humans are very attached to actions. They believe that actions are the way. It is the state of being that is the way, and the actions follow, like the mouth of a river. It feeds all things. Mm, beautiful. I feel I'm going to stop there and guide everyone right now to place your hands on your heart if it feels fun, if it feels good to follow along with this. Placing your hands on your heart, attuning to your heart frequency, knowing your heart frequency. Ask your heart any question that you'd like, or let any question arise. Your heart instantly knows the answer, and it may come through in a surprising way. It may take time to learn the language of the heart because your heart speaks more calmly without the urgency or the programming of the mind. Sometimes there's urgency in the heart, but it's not from a place of fear. Divinity is yours now if you allow it, if you take it. Be who you came here to be. And that is full of joy and full of love and light, full of creation, and so many other things. Om Namah Shivaya. Awesome, my loves. Mm. Amazing. Oh, Radka, thank you for sharing that. Oh, thank you, loves. I am in Huna, and now this is about ULU and fern medicine. Ooh, very cool. Very cool. Feel free to share those links in the community. There's a chat feature in the True Creator community where you can send each other messages. I don't think that that's available on YouTube, FYI. Tasia, if you go to the description box and you take the quiz, what kind of channel are you meant to be? At the end of that quiz, I'll just give this give this part away. At the end of that quiz, there's a discount for the Learn to Channel course. Oh, thank you, Stacy. And if you want to join the Learn to Channel course, we do have free ongoing channeling practice. And Stacy holds those in the True Creator community. So this is an incredible community, obviously, and Radka's part of it. Courtney's part of it. So thank you all for being here today. I love you all. Have a beautiful Sunday. Hi, Mike. Off to the beat, off to be a wellspring. I love that. Always, always. I'm off to go sit under an umbrella on the beach and not get any more sun today. I love you all. Thank you for being here. yeah, check all the description box is going to have all sorts of links and about anything we talked about here. All right. Have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.